What do three of the most iconic horror film characters from the 80s and 90s have to do with Jason and the Highest? We're going to break down the biggest talking point from the Oval's fifth season trailer and deep dive into this storyline that has captivated audiences from around the world. The Oval returns on October 17th, and they couldn't have returned at a better time. A couple of weeks before Halloween. It makes sense, right? And the funny thing is, the one thing that really draws all of these horror icons together is the fact that they've all used machetes to cut people's heads off. And each of these characters have also been associated with supernatural powers or some innate ability to come back from the dead. And I can honestly say that this may have been Mr. Perry's inspiration behind these two characters, the Highest and Jason. And this is due to the fact that each character has a backstory. And y'all know I love backstories. That explains their murderous tendencies, right? And they all seem to stem from when they were children, right? And their stories are often rooted in trauma or vengeance of some sort. Jason, the one from Halloween, not the Jason from the Oval. He drowned, remember, when he was a kid because the negligent camp counselors, they weren't watching him the way they were supposed to. So he came back to seek his revenge. Then we've got Michael Myers, who unearthed his sister, right? He was institutionalized, he escaped from that hospital, and then he went postal, targeting his hometown and his relatives, right? And then we have Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger, who left Earth as a child, at the hands of his own parents. So he came back and snatched teenagers right up out of their own dreams. And I even may be a little bit off with trying to remember all these stories, but y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And so now we have Jason, the one from the Oval. Our Jason. He suffered trauma as a child from his own parents' neglect and abuse, and he's still going through it. And this is why he's on the run right now, right? Because his parents, Hunter and Victoria, trying to kill him. Well, Hunter may not be, but Victoria don't give a damn. I want him gone, finito, out of here. And we can't forget about the Highest when he told us about how his mother treated him and, her lifestyle and what he went through as a child and how traumatized he was. He told us a story about when his mom was being killed and how he hid in the closet from her Johns, right? So he was definitely traumatized. And they all have this in common. Like, they all have these terrible, horrible childhoods. And this is what brings Jason to the compound from the Oval, bringing us another Oval and Ruthless crossover. And we have to remember Jason and Freddy. They had a whole direct crossover film, Freddy versus Jason, back in 2003. Do y'all remember this? Now, even though Michael Myers has not officially crossed paths with either of them in film, they're still forever connected because of their iconic statuses in film. So, Tyler, we see you. Thank you, Slick, plugging in our favorite movies into your drama series. We see what you're doing. And shout out to Tyler Perry, guys. I'm going to take this moment to give him his flowers because I hear so many people dragging him about one thing or another thing. And you can say what you want, but you'll never call him broke, right? A lot of people spend so much time and energy and effort on dragging his name and bashing his character, passing judgment on him, when this iconic figure has changed entertainment for Black and brown people like no one in our time or generation ever has, or probably ever will again. He has given so many actors and actresses a platform to be great, right? Whether you're the legendary Cicely Tyson or just the unheard of man at the corner store who just wants to be an actor. You get an invitation to the studio, clean yourself up, and then you begin living your dreams just like that. Right? To have Tyler Perry Studios on your resume, it gives some actors and actresses that pass, that golden ticket. I remember the golden ticket from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It kind of gives them the green light, right? To get into some Hollywood doors that may have otherwise been closed to them. He helps the community, he supports his crew, his team, his actors, and he gives you an opportunity to be great, So when he gives his opinion, let his opinion live out here without y'all pulling it apart and making it, seem irrelevant or unimportant. Just putting your extra sauce all up in there, for no reason. And I really don't want to get too much into it because that's a whole other video. But it's really sad that we do the worst damage to each other, right, than any other race in the world for nothing. And that's all I got to say about it. But back to Jason and the Highest crazy. We saw at the end of season 4 in the season finale that Jason and David escaped Kyle and Donald's trap. Remember, to blow up that cabin. So we don't know where the hell Donald is. We don't know where he went to, but clearly we see Jason, and he ended up on the Rakadusha compound with the rest of the mixed nuts. And I'm a little mad because River has completely taken over Andrew's job on the usher board. Andrew used to be the head of the welcoming committee there on the compound, but lately River has been welcoming all the new members. He welcomed Laura and Aaron with the help of Joan and Ruth, of course. And now he's welcoming Jason into the fold. Well, maybe he's just filling in, as opposed to taking over, because Andrew kind of busy throwing his best friend and his wife into the river. So he's unavailable at the moment. Then we see the highest asking him if he wants to stay there on the compound. And y'all, the way he said it, would you like to stay here? Jason, like he's 70 years old. Yes, I would love that. I would really love that. Y'all, this has got to be one of the most iconic moments in the Oval and Ruthless history. It really is. Now, we're not sure if the highest asked this of Jason before or after he finds out that Jason is the evil government's son himself. But little does he know, little does the highest know, that Jason hates the government just as much as he does, right? So they all on the same page already. I really hope that this new storyline gives us something to look forward to. I hope that the story isn't rushed, and that it has just the perfect pace to really draw us into the characters' iconic antics and what we've been accustomed to from the highest and from Jason. And what is Jason going to do when he sees Ruth? He's probably going to mess in his pants because as far as he knows, he chopped this woman's head off because she was sleeping with his father. But he doesn't know that Ruth has a twin sister, Denise, right? So Jason's going to be there for a while, and it's definitely going to bring the government right to their doorstep. And I'm sure it's going to be long and drawn out throughout the entire season, maybe until the season finale, because Hunter isn't able to put 2 and 2 together at this moment, even less arrange a whole compound visit in the motorcade. So this storyline is going to bring all the other stories full circle, and I think that the highest should invite Jason to ritual night. Did y'all forget about that? They should drop this huge campfire and have Jason tell them all the horror stories of his life there at the White House and tell them how and why he ended up there at the compound. Now, that will be interesting to watch, don't you think? So tell me how you guys feel about it. These are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know if you agree that Mr. Tyler Perry had Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Freddy Krueger in mind when he created the character traits for the highest in Jason. Also, let me know what you think Jason's life is going to be like now that he's on the compound with the other crazies who's committed just as many murders as he has. Tell me all about it in the comments below. And while you're down there, like and share this video if you like the video. You know I'd appreciate it. And if you're a fan of Tyler Perry's The Oval, go ahead and sub to the channel for more videos just like this one. Y'all be good to each other, and I'll see you on the next one.